Merhaba Yuha kanalıma hoş geldiniz. Bugün Yuzuru Hanyu'dan How did Yuzuru Hanyu become a popular beyond Japan and the figure skating world adlı video izleyeceğiz. Dilerseniz geçelim izleyelim. Daha fazla Yuzuru Hanyu hakkında video istiyorsanız da video beğenerek yorumlarda bunu yazabilirsiniz. Kanalıma da abone olursanız sevinirim. Let's go. İlk altyazısı olması muazzam bu arada. Yuzuru! Nice, oh my god, he's so famous.
Yuzuru Hanyu is the biggest star of the Olympic channel.
Wow, nice. He's everywhere. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Çok iyi lan.
In the concluded Beijing Olympics 2022, Ria Novosti, together with Brand Analytics, published a study about the most popular athletes during these games. For some, it's a huge surprise that Yuzuru Hanyu became the most mentioned athlete in English language media despite winning no medal.
He's everywhere.
Is a heartthrob and an icon unlike any other.
Need to install
Wow.
and an indoor skating ring. She's mad about Yuzuru Hanyu. She's mad about Yuzuru Hanyu. An airlift in
Wow.
maple tree from Japan, and yeah.
That's a very big outlay.
Just to give you an
Okay.
idea of how insane it is, his total mentions is more than the number 2 to 6's combined total mention.
Çok iyi lan.
Not even the doping
Fazla iyi.
scandal of Russia's Kamila Valieva or the men's gold medalist, Nathan Chen, or the new American Chinese darling, Eileen Gu, can come any closer to his popularity among the English-speaking Winter Olympics
İnanılmaz.
fans. Not just the English-speaking or Japanese fans. He is also super popular in China, often topping the Chinese Weibo hot search list.
あ
選手のファンが集まるサイトなんですけれども、ここに
おは
160万人以上の登録者が起こってるんですよね。だって山本さん
爱的明信
哇。
片的活动，现在一生节选的明信片已经这么厚了。
Again, not even the most popular Chinese male pop stars can beat him in the trending rank when he casually appears in an event. And he did all these without even any social media presence. There's no doubt about his popularity. But what did it take for him to reach such worldwide fandom?
Instagram yok mu Yuzuru Hanyu'nun?
And welcome back
Wow.
to my channel. Before we jump into the video, make sure that you go down and subscribe to my channel. That way you are always the first to know whenever I upload a video and so that you don't miss one.
Okay.
Figure skating.
Top 6 moments contributing to Yuzuru Hanyu's worldwide popularity.
Is to watch. Number 6.
Okay.
Former World Junior Champion to sell out crowds
Wow.
here in Nice, and this audience is just eating it up.
Vay.
Hanyu did not become a popular skater right off the bat. His senior debut in 2010 didn't even set off for a good start, where he finished off the podium in both of his Grand Prix assignments in NHK Trophy and Rostelecom Cup. There was barely anyone who followed figure skating noticing about him. Or maybe, there was barely anyone who followed men's figure skating enthusiastically at all. He even thought about quitting figure skating after his hometown got destroyed by the Tohoku 2011 earthquake. Back then, the star for men's skating in Japan was Daisuke Takahashi, who won the bronze medal in the 2010 Vancouver Olympics, the first Olympic medal won by an Asian male skater.
Okay.
Takahashi then topped it up with a world champion title that same year. Most Japanese skating fans regarded Takahashi as the future of Japan's male figure skating, and no one thought he was going to be toppled anytime soon. This status quo was maintained throughout 2011. And then in the World Championships 2012, this happened.
Wow. Wow. He's so good. Oh my god. Wow.
Yuzuru Hanyu almost came out of nowhere, won his first world medal, a bronze, and finished behind Patrick Chan and Daisuke Takahashi. His comeback story, jumping from 7th in the short to 3rd overall, and the dramatic Romeo and Juliet free skate became the talk of the town among the men's figure skating field. But it wasn't a smooth sailing journey from there, because most fans figure skating field. But it wasn't a smooth sailing journey from there, Because most fans still didn't think Hanyu had a real shot of taking over Patrick Chan or Daisuke Takahashi anytime soon. You would see the general interest for Takahashi is still greater than Hanyu. After moving to Toronto and trained under the famed coach Brian Orser, Hanyu broke the world records for short program in both Skate America and NHK Trophy in season 2012.
Oh my word! That's a new world scoring record for the short program.
Wow.
In December 2012, when Hanyu won the Japan Nationals for the very first time, you would see it wasn't really ceremonious for him. Some fans obviously didn't think Hanyu's win was well deserved, and they went as far as to curse him death and hold a grudge for so long that until 2015, they were still behaving as such. Well, not to speculate anything, but to
Uzak Doğu'nun şu kinleri beni bitiriyor ya. Çok yapıyorlar bunu. Kore'de falan da çok var ya.
see the contrast of these two different medal ceremonies when the juniors won over the senior star skaters at the Japan Nationals. Notice any difference? One of the reasons Hanyu managed to attract such a large following of fans. Any difference? Won over the senior star skaters at the Japan Nationals. Notice any difference? One of the reasons Hanyu managed to attract such a large following of fans. It's not just the way he handled his wins, but also the way he handled his losses. Okay, not just the way he handled his wins, but also the way he handled his losses. Okay, back to the young Yuzuru's journey to popularity. So the status quo remained for the next 2 years, where some fans root for Daisuke Takahashi and some root for Hanyu, with Takahashi's fans slightly edging over Hanyu.
How long is it going to take to get those flowers off the
ice?
Some of these flowers would have been bought with Takahashi in mind, so he's picking up a load extra.
Lol.
There was a thing in Canada the other week. They had this teddy bear thing where they do a hockey game. It was they threw 26,000 teddy bears onto the ice after the first goal. There won't be quite so many here, but
it all started to change after the 2014 Olympics.
Yeah.
Which brings us to
number 5.
Incredible performance.
19-year-old
Nice.
Notice there was barely any Winnie the Pooh or flowers being thrown to the ice like it always does for Hanyu in the recent events. Because no, despite winning the Grand Prix Final 2013 prior to the Olympics, Hanyu was still not the biggest star going into the 2014 Olympics. In fact, a lot of people thought his win was just a fluke.
Yine mi? This is happen again?
Men was Yevgeny Plushenko, who had won gold and silver in the past 3 Olympic cycles. Plushenko decided to come out from his retirement and go for his last Olympics, since the Olympics was held in Russia, and he attracted the most attention among the men's field, even though he eventually withdrew from the individual event citing injury. The arena was filled with his patriotic supporters, so much so that when Hanyu was skating, the arena was echoing
from Sendai, Japan.
So that when Hanyu was skating, the arena was echoing
from Sendai, Japan. From Sendai, Japan. Sendai, Japan.
So based on the Google Trends, Yevgeny Plushenko had the highest interest during the 2014 Sochi Olympics in the men's field. But then again, bear in mind that the interest among men's figure skating couldn't even compare to the attention on the ladies' field by the spectators. When you compare the attention the men got in these events to the ladies, you would realize it's nothing. The top women's skaters like Mao Asada and Yuna Kim were dominant in terms of popularity. For the skating fans back in those days, men's events used to be a side dish to set the event off. The finale was always the showdown of the top ladies skaters. But all these were about to change after the 2014 Olympics cycle, which brings us to
number 4.
Nice.
Olympics cycle, which brings us, but all these
number 4.
Okay. Sıralaması güzel bu arada. Vay, çok iyi. Çok iyiydi bu arada.
Many hardcore Hanyu's fans didn't want to recall. And it's the Cup of China 2014. But it's one of the moments that greatly contributed to Hanyu's rise of popularity, so we just have to talk about it. After Hanyu won the 2014 Olympics, he sure became popular in Japan because he's the first Japanese man to win this Olympic title at the mere age of 19. Going into the first major event in the new season. Most spectators at the Cup of China simply recognized him as the reigning Olympic champion. Then
this happened in Shanghai, full-on collision. They lay on the ice for several minutes.
It is so hard to watch.
Hanyu and the Chinese skater Yan Han had a collision during the 6 minutes warm-up. Both skaters apologized to each other's backstage and de-escalated the tension between both countries immediately. And during the 4.5 minutes, Hanyu had one of the most dramatic free skates in figure skating history. He truly displayed the never-give-up spirit in front of the audience, and this skate moved many fans to tears. It was at this moment many Chinese spectators turned from casual skating fans into hardcore Yuzuru Hanyu fans. One of the most prominent fans Hanyu gained after this event is a lady named Chen Ying, the main commentator of the Chinese mainstream media, the CCTV.
我转花样滑冰大概都有12年，我第一次看到运动员头缠着绷带上场，所以当时给我的感觉特别的震撼。所以我当时就认为羽生结弦他能够在奥运会上获得冠军不是没有理由。
She was simply commenting on Hanyu as usual, but after that, you would see there is always such passion in her commentary for Hanyu, such as reciting some Chinese poems with love in front of the Chinese mainstream media.
容颜如玉，身姿如松，天若惊鸿，宛若游龙。命运对勇士低语，你无法抵御风暴。勇士低声回应：“我就是风暴。”羽生结弦。 一位不带扬鞭自奋蹄的选手。
And in the 2022 Beijing Olympics, many Chinese fans got choked up at her commentary.
手一座手不
Beijing Olympics, many Chinese fans got choked up at her commentary.
手一座守不住的城，打一场打不赢的仗，把自己所有的荣耀、所有的辉煌，放在历史的车轮之下。
And she even drew some criticism for being overly fanatic about Yuzuru Hanyu. Well, who can blame her? Her enthusiasm surely served as one of the boosters to Hanyu's fandom in China. But one event or an Olympic title does not make an athlete an icon. A champion only becomes an icon when they win the hearts of millions of fans. So Cup of China 2014 was just the beginning of Hanyu's dominance and popularity. So what other events happened that push him into such worldwide popularity? Let's go to the
number 3.
It may not be an Olympic moment, but this is a moment
çok iyi de bu.
he's gonna remember forever. 300 mark for the very first time ever. No one has ever topped
322 alması fena bu arada.
歴史にその名を刻む300点超えを達成しました。
The next moment we are going to talk about is not a specific competition. Not the way he broke the world record in style.
Çok iyi lan.
Yuzuru Hanyu from a figure skater to an artist. Figure skating is a subjective sport with predominantly European-centric judging panels. Hence, you would see skaters normally go for the Western classical music as a safe choice for scores. Going into season 2015 and 16, Hanyu made a gutsy move. He decided to introduce his Japanese heritage to the world through his music choice and named it after the movie character, Seimei.
Nice.
And for this free skate, Japanese music, Japanese movie, but a
müzik çok iyiydi bu arada, hatırlıyorum.
Yuzuru told me this summer that he wanted to create this free program to celebrate the delicacy and the strength of Japan.
In order to ensure the full
Naruto
package of
jutsu.
performance, he sought advice from
Kinda
the
like
stage actor of the film character, Nomura Mansai, and correct every posture from head to toe.
よりもっと細かいところに意味を持って自分のイメージっていうのが膨らみ方が全然違ってスケートを滑っている時に受けている風歓声であったり応援であったりそういったものが違ったものに聞こえたり今までなんてこともなく感じていたもっと大きなものの中に自分がいるんだというか萬斎さんに教えていただいたからこそそのスケートをしている最中にそれを感じられる場面はものすごく増えました。もちろん技術的なもの大切ですけれどもそういうものを追い求めながらスケートをやっていけたら幸せだなっていうふうに思っています。
This free skate took the figure skating world by storm. He not only broke world records after world records using this program, he officially orchestrated the figure skating men's event into the most anticipated event in figure skating like we know today.
He's not only taking himself, he is taking the sport to places that we don't really
Nice.
When Hanyu performed the Seimei program in the 2018 Pyeongchang Olympics, it rejuvenated this old and traditional sport and introduced the sport to much younger audiences and more non-traditional skating countries around the world. And this Seimei program would become one of the most legendary programs imprinted in many skating fans' hearts.
Yeah.
Number 2.
And looking strong as he heads into his 4th quad.
Wow.
While developing his artistic side of skating, Hanyu never put his athletic ability and competitive spirit aside.
Wow.
After observing the upcoming skaters like Boyeongjin, who integrated the quad Lutz combination jumps well into his program, and watching his junior Shoma Uno succeeded in landing the historic first quad flip by the end of season 2016, he realized he would need to integrate more He realized he would need to integrate more quads and more variety of quads into his programs to stay competitive in the new quad era. Instead of playing the safety card and relying on his high grade of execution as well as program component scores to stay on top, he opted against his coach's advice to integrate quad loop into both his short and long program going into the pre-Olympic season.
Wow.
While he became the first man who landed the quad loop in the Autumn Classic 2016, his program suffered inconsistency, which cost him some losses and drastic drop of his grade of execution and program component scores that season. This is a flaw in the figure skating judging system, where the judges reward the skaters based on consistency and the impression of their previous competition scores instead of what happens in the competition real time. After multiple trial and error, he managed to deliver a flawless and emotional free skate, skating to hope and legacy at the World Championships 2017. He was foot perfect and integrated all the new challenging jumps into his skates beautifully.
Nice.
Which again became one of his memorable programs that moved many fans to tears.
When this man is in his zone, there is no breaking his concentration. Yuzuru Hanyu of Japan. You know, we don't joke when we say he's the rock star of figure skating. You can see it with your own eyes right there.
Nice.
But Hanyu's life is never a fairy tale story with a perfect ending each time. After winning the world title in 2017, he knew he had to up his technical bar even further, with the youngsters all going for even more quads.
It's like the older you are, the less quads you do, but because when you grew up, who knew that quad Lutz was going to be happening? So these young guys are changing the world.
Then he suffered a serious injury while challenging the quad Lutz in the 2018 Olympic season. 3 months prior to the Olympic Games, when he pulled off that impossible feat to win the second Olympic title while injured. The moment is set. Pulled off that impossible feat to win the second Olympic title while injured. The moment is set. A true star was born, and that shapes the figure skating world we know today, where the men's events became the most exciting event we fans are waiting for, no longer the side dish. And based on the Google Trends, Hanyu's 2018 Olympic wins have the highest interest of all time, beating any previous famed skaters like Yuna Kim, Mao Asada, etc. since the establishment of Google Trends in 2004. And the interest for him from his fans just never died down even during the off-season. And this is despite the fact that he has no social media presence at all.
Well, you see those poo ears? They're Yuzuru Hanyu fans. Look at them.
Everybody's only looking at him. The whole audience all turned like a tennis
match. So what got Hanyu into this intensive worldwide fandom is not just about his incredible achievements, but something else, which brings us to
number 1.
I'm never feeling like a champion. I'm always challenger.
Despite winning 2 Olympics titles and all the titles available out there, he wasn't even thinking about retirements, which most skaters would have done. In his words,
特に何もいつものシーズンと変わらなくて、まあチャレンジャーっていうことを言われますけど、結果については
Bundan sonra şeyi de izlemek istiyorum bu arada. Emeklilik yani açıklaması falan var, röportajı var, onu da izlemek istiyorum. Haberiniz olsun.
満足はしてるんですけど、やっぱり4回転半のジャンプを頑張りたいなって。
And he did what he said, challenging a move said to be humanly impossible, the 4.5 revolutions jump, despite the fact this jump is the most undervalued jump in figure skating. Simply to fulfill his childhood dreams,
僕の心の中にいる9歳の自分がいて、あいつが飛べってずっと言ってたんですよ。実は同じフォームなんですよ、9歳の時と。
Sorry.
Titles, fame.
That's the middle in the
All
night.
these accomplishments never changed him. He stays true to his heart as an innocent child wanting
Yeah.
to challenge new moves.
I love to skate. I am a competing skater, so we used to challenge. We used to working hard for something new. But you know, everyone has challenge in a life. それが大きいことだったり、目に見えることだったり、それが僕にとって 4A だったり、別に僕だけが特別だとは何も思ってなくて、僕も挑戦をすごく大事にしてここまで来ましたけど、おめでとうにはならなかったかもしれないですし、よかったっていう声をいただいて、僕はならなかったかもしれないですし、よかったっていう声をいただいて、僕はすごくある意味で幸せです。皆さんもなんかちょっとでもいいから、自分挑戦してたんだなとか、あ、それって羽生結弦はこんなに褒めてもらえてるけど、自分のことを認めて、認められるきっかけになってたら嬉しいなって僕は思います。やっぱり自分が初めて全日本という舞台で、まだ小学校4年生でしたけどね、全日本という舞台で優勝できた時ですかね。やっぱりその時が一番自分が頑張ってきてよかったなって思えた時ですし、またその後に自分が本拠地としていた練習リンクがなくなったりとか、いろいろもう谷底ばっか見てきたなって自分の人生見ると思うんですけど、それでもこうやってずっと支えていただきながらやっぱスケートやってるんで、誰かの光になれるようにです。
Now you see why so many fans love him? Because he is that motivational and inspiring. To the extent some fans call him.
YYDS ちょっと難しいんですが、ヨンユアンダシャン、永遠の神の中国語の頭文字 YYDS なんですが、漢字で使うのが YYDS。誰に使われたかというとこの選手です。羽生結弦選手 YYDS。そうです。もう羽生結弦のエキシビジョンも含めまして、一挙手一投足すべてが注目されました。
比如说羽生结弦，他在日本受欢迎，在中国也受到了中国观众和粉丝的特别热烈的欢迎，每天都可以刷屏。
いろんな方々が僕の演技を見た時に勇気を感じたとか、何か幸せになったとか、そういったことを言ってくれて、それが自分にとってのスケートのモチベーションだと思ってますし。2011年3月11日、あの時の満天の星空はその星たちと同じように、一人一人は小さな光かもしれませんが、笑顔という満天の星空に似た力をいただきました。一人一人は小さくても満天の星空のようにみんなで集まれば、一つになれば大きな力になると信じています。皆さんの心が少しでも一つになるきっかけになってたら、やっぱり僕は幸せ者だなって思いますし、そんなスケーターそんな簡単にいないよなって思いますし、羽生結弦でよかったなって思いました。羽生結弦として羽生結弦が大好きなフィギュアスケートを大切にしながら極めていけたらいいなって思ってます。
Nice. Tatlı ya. Güzel olmuş bence. Bayağı beğendim. Güzel anlatmışlar. Videoda bayağı güzeldi bence. Neyse, videonun son dilim abi. Daha fazla Yuzuru Hanyu hakkında video istiyorsanız da video beğenerek yorumlarda bunu yazabilirsiniz. Kanalıma da abone olursanız sevinirim. Kendinize bakın. Görüşmek üzere. Bye. Bye.